Hey there, it's me again. I would just like to walk you through a project I've been working on in Blender that started when I found these 3D models of these ships from the Halo franchise. And these models and their original textures were made by the very talented people behind the Sins of the Prophets mod for a game called Sins of a Solar Empire. And I admittedly kind of appropriated these models. I slapped them into Substance Painter and I've made a bunch of custom versions of the textures. I haven't gone and made my own textures entirely, but I essentially made a color mask to go over the existing textures to give them custom paint jobs essentially. So I will, of course, take no credit for the making of the actual models of the ships, which are absolutely beautiful, and their textures, which are also absolutely beautiful, because I had no part in that. But what I have been doing myself is I've been working on assets to use, like you can see here, with the laser beam and these planets to make a sort of Halo fan animation. And the idea behind this is if you've ever played Halo, you know there's an alien empire called the Covenant, and it falls apart. And so I can only imagine what you might be left with is a bunch of separate factions, all divided, because the Covenant Empire was absolutely unimaginably gigantic. I can only imagine they'd have lots of these ships lying around for these offshoot factions to take for themselves and start whatever their own journey is, whether it be following on with the original, Covenant Empire's kind of ideals, or making their own, or maybe even siding with humanity. So I'm showing off here a gas giant. Now, all of the things that I've made in this project have been mainly through following tutorials. Like, I found out how to use the shader node graph editor that you see on the bottom of the screen there, largely through tutorials, including to make these planets. I didn't just follow one tutorial for each thing though, I kind of looked up multiple resources to learn as much as I can and take bits and pieces from each thing and put them together in a way that works for what I'm doing and in a way that's performant on my computer. Here I'm showing off the laser beam I've made, which is just two cylinders and some shader node graph magic to make one of the upper cylinder, the one around the one in the middle. I have a moving, slightly partially transparent texture on it, so it looks more like it is a real sci-fi laser beam. I hope you like that. The background, I also followed a couple of tutorials to make the kind of space skybox that you see with all the stars and a little bit of nebulae going on. It's all been a lot of learning, and it's all been very interesting as well to learn. I think the thing that took me the most time so far in this project was definitely doing the paint jobs for all of these different ships, because I had to, take each individual model, make a color mask for that, for the texture of that individual model, and then make, uh, a paint job for that for each of the little factions that I have. And you're seeing the red and silver painted ships here. And of course, this little project, this little animation that I want to make here is purely, a work of passion because I absolutely love the Halo franchise. I love all of its design work, especially in the art. Like the designs of these ships you can see here. I think they look absolutely amazing. And yeah, I suppose that will be all for now. I'm looking forward to speaking more about it when I've done more of it. and take care. I'll see you soon.